I'm not going to lie to you. I'm disappointed. I was expecting a little more, but at the same time, I'll let you hear for yourself right now. What is March the 5th, 2015. T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy live on RealCombatMedia.com.
Has actually fought both. He's 39-4, and 2 of those losses were at the hands of Floyd and Manny. We welcome in Miguel Cotto to the show. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you getting up early and being here. Before we get to the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, from my understanding, you have an announcement to make?
Yes, thank you for having me here. We have an announcement to make today. We have an alliance with Miguel Cotto Promotion, Miguel Cotto the Boxers, with Rock Nation, and we are more than happy to announce that. So
the announcement is that you're working now with Rock Nation Sports. Is that correct?
That's correct. We have an alliance now with Rock Nation Sport.
All right. Well, congratulations on that. That's huge. From my understanding, it's the second significant signing to their boxing department. We also hear that you now have a fight in June in New York. Can you tell us a little bit about the fight?
We just figured out the fight in New York. Probably going to be here in New York for June 6th, and we just trying to figure it out with going to be the opponent and all around the fight.
Okay, you're just trying to figure that all out. Well, let's talk about Floyd and Manny. Who do you think?
Let's hear this. We're live, by the way.
I think that's going to be a really tough fight. Manny has his advantage. Floyd has his advantage too. But working with Freddie Roach for the last 2 fights, I know what he's capable of doing with Manny, and I think he's going to get Manny through Floyd mistakes during the fight, and Manny going to take advantage of the fight. I'm rooting for Manny Pacquiao.
So you got Manny winning. Do you have him winning by knockout or decision or what?
I think that the explosivity, the quickness of Manny going to have a big impact on Floyd's performance during May 2nd.
Is he faster? Just quick, because I know Scoop has a question. Is Manny faster than Floyd?
I think this the explosivity going to be the advantage. You know, he can move from here to there in less seconds than Floyd, and that's going to be the
explosivity,
the biggest advantage.
Nice word.
All right, Miguel, since you said you think you have, well, you didn't think, you said you had Manny winning the fight. My question to you is, okay, you have a fight in June. Once this is all settled out, will you be fighting the winner of this fight next?
I have no problem with that, you know. I just thinking about my next
opponent
fight in June, and after that we can talk about what else. If no matter if it's Manny or Floyd, I'm going to be ready for them.
I keep hearing rumblings, you know, even though you haven't picked an opponent yet, but I keep hearing rumblings that Amir Khan may be, you know, the one up next, and he actually wants to fight you. Is that a chance? Is that somebody you want to see in the ring?
Yes, I'm ready for any big name in boxing, and we just trying to get the biggest name for us on June, and if it's going to be American, we are going to be ready for him too.
Cool. Miguel, I want to ask you this, because a lot of people look at Floyd Mayweather, don't think he hits hard, don't think he has knockout power at this weight.
We might as well just listen to the
Does
whole
he hit hard
thing.
enough to knock guys out at your weight?
He is a strong boxer. The only issue with him is he taking care more of hit your opponent, not with strong with power, but he wins the fight in the easiest way.
All right, Miguel Cotto, thank you so much for joining us. You have again announced your alliance with Rock Nation Sports. Congratulations on that, and I know you have a fight coming up in June. And finally,
well, let's see what
the big news here is that you believe Manny will win the fight over Floyd. Again, thank you for joining us. Have a great day. Okay.
Obviously we have a lot to talk about. First, let's just go over the basics. Rock Nation, Jay-Z, Al Heyman have some type of beef. We're just going to say that they don't have a working relationship. we've seen that Rock Nation has been throwing large amounts, ridiculous amounts of money at Al Heyman fighters, and they've all declined. Now we know why. PBC, Premier Boxing Champions. But when we hear names like Amir Khan, Erislandy Lara, Floyd Mayweather, those are Al Heyman fighters. Now, it seems that now Miguel Cotto is going to be limited in fighting Rock Nation and limited in not being able to fight Al Heyman fighters unless Al Heyman and Jay-Z come to some type of agreement, which I think they should. It'll be so good for boxing. Just come to some type of agreement where, they can get on some type of working relationship. But as it stands right now, they are not on there. They don't have a working relationship. So it seems as though Miguel Cotto is going to be limited from not fighting those fighters compared to it could have been a possibility when he was just on his own as a free agent working with Top Rank, on a case-by-case basis. When you look at now, the split from Top Rank is looked at to be a somewhat heated split. The fact that they didn't split, on good terms, where you got Todd the Buff and Miguel Cotto going back and forth with each other in the media. You have to think, so now does that limit Miguel Cotto from doing business with Top Rank, Timothy Bradley, Timothy Bradley, Brandon Rios, and those fights. So now you ask, well, who's outside of the Top Rank stable? Who's outside of the Al Heyman stable that he could fight? He said right now that he's going to be fighting on June the 6th in Madison Square Garden. It's pretty much, you heard him yourself, it's pretty much looking like that's what it's going to be. And we already knew that he had plans on fighting in June. The Canelo fight is gone. We can now think that, well, maybe he was working out this deal with Rock Nation and no telling how much money. If they threw $40 million at Adrian Broner, if they threw Rock Nation threw $40 million over 5 years at Adrian Broner, just imagine how much they threw at Miguel Cotto. And at this point in time, looking at it from a business perspective, this is a good deal for Miguel Cotto at this point in time in his career. If I'm correct, what is he? 34 years old, 39-4 with 32 KOs, the WBC World Champion. So right now, if you look at the business side of things, now it's starting to make a little more sense to me why he didn't take the Canelo fight on Cinco de Mayo. Well, for one, that would have been a Top Rank Golden Boy joint promotion. And I believe Canelo now when he said, everything was all. I'm not saying that I didn't before, but I believe when they say the deal was already ready for them and everything, they were just waiting for Miguel Cotto to sign. Miguel Cotto was focused on other plans. And also Miguel Cotto didn't like the fact that, well, Canelo was dictating terms. Now, can Cotto versus Canelo happen? Yes. It can be a Rock Nation Golden Boy card, and Rock Nation right now has Miguel Cotto, the bargaining chip for Canelo, and right now the new Golden Boy of Golden Boy Promotions is Canelo, and basically solely Canelo right now. So that fight can happen, but it'll happen without Top Rank. Now, we talked about, I talked about, when people were talking about Floyd Mayweather versus Miguel Cotto too. They were saying, it can happen and everything. I said, well, it could happen, but at the same time, what kind of production will we be getting, with Miguel Cotto Promotions, Mayweather Promotions and Miguel Cotto Promotions just solely on their own. Basically, two companies that were secondary companies, two bigger promoters. Golden Boy Promotions had Mayweather Promotions under its banner. Top Rank Promotions had Miguel Cotto Promotions under its banner. To whereas in now, those Miguel Cotto fighters, and he has a nice, young stable of fighters, are now going to be with Rock Nation. Now, you saw not too long ago, Rock Nation had split from Gary Shaw Productions that also had a very good stable of boxers. So if you look at the power moves that Rock Nation has been making over the last year, they're actually, for them to be a startup company as far as in boxing, they're actually doing some amazing things, and you can't be critical of anything they do right now because they're going for the gusto and they have the capital to throw around. Now, when it comes to June, right, you got Gennady Golovkin, who's obligated to HBO, who is not with Top Rank, who Miguel Cotto can fight under the Rock Nation banner. I'm saying just go for it. It'll be just go for it. Now, I understand if he loses. I understand, looking at the business side, Rock Nation will want Miguel Cotto to get a win. Remember, at one point in time, they had Terriano Johnson. Terriano Johnson's with Gary Shaw Productions, if I'm correct still, and he's the new WBC Silver. Basically, he's the guy who had the belt that Martin Murray had before he took on Gennady Golovkin. So, like I said, look at the politics involved with things. Look at the fact that he's a Rock Nation fighter. And look at what's been happening with Rock Nation and Al Heyman guys. And try to put together yourself, what guys he can possibly fight. And like I said, I'm looking at guys like right now, like Anthony Mundine, K9, maybe a David Lemieux, Golovkin, and that's if he wants to fight at 160 or maybe 150. I don't know. But looking at guys like Amir Khan, Timothy Bradley, Brandon Rios, the chances of him fighting those guys have now slimmed. The chances of him fighting a Gennady Golovkin under Rock Nation. And remember, Rock Nation, they want to make power fights. They want to get their name established in the game. I feel that Golovkin versus Cotto has a stronger chance of happening now that we see what Miguel Cotto is planning on doing and what looks like he's going to be doing on the business side. I'm T-Street Controversy with RealCombatMedia.com. I cover every single major fight live. T-Street Controversy live on Twitter. T-Street Controversy live on Facebook. Right down below, all the way down on the bottom of the description box is the link to my Twitter. Also, visit our Be Real TV. What it is it's the link right below. And basically what I do, there's also another person over in the UK doing exactly what I do. So, if you're an overseas fan, if you want, to get an overseas view on boxing, click the link right below. Also, finally, before you go, now listen, the biggest fight, the super fight, the biggest fight that will ever be made in the history as it stands right now, Mayweather versus Pacquiao, is happening May the 2nd, 2015. We're doing a poll at RealCombatMedia.com. It's the website I'm associated with. It's the link at the very bottom. No, actually, it's not. I'm saying the bottom. It's the second link in the description box. Click it. Please vote for Mayweather by decision, Pacquiao by decision, Mayweather by KO, Pacquiao by KO. The second link in the description box. T-Street Controversy, T-Street Controversy Live. Please subscribe.